In theory, it's a winnable race for Biden. But the question is, can he do the things he needs to do to win? And when you look at even recent historical context, nobody with this low of a job approval rating as an incumbent president has ever won. If they're going to make a move against Biden, though, they got to do it this weekend. They can't keep dragging this out. They can't keep waiting for another moment, another excuse.
So according to Chuck Todd, Democrats are running out of time to try and get Joe Biden out of the presidential race. Thankfully for Biden, his press conference last night was not the complete meltdown that many suspected it could have been. But according to Axios, a dedicated group of Democrats are still working feverishly behind the scenes to get Biden off of the ticket. Axios unofficially dubbed them the committee to unelect the president, which is kind of a cool name. The group is described as comprising of very connected Democrats, mostly veterans of the Obama and Clinton administrations. These Democrats see the race in stark black and white terms. Just 3 states matter: Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. And they see an obvious solution. Forget the niceties of backing Biden or even Vice President Harris. Be ruthless about finding the 2 people most likely to win those 3 states. Many are in conversation with lawmakers to push their leaders to squeeze Biden and his inner circle. They know Biden and his family seem unmovable, so they hope for the use of overwhelming force by the Obamas and Clintons and Schumer and Jeffries and Pelosi. That same Axios report stated that some donors are promising to give big to any candidate who just is not Joe Biden. Others are withholding their money altogether until a change is made. Today, the New York Times reported that some major Democratic donors have told the largest pro-Biden super PAC, Future Forward, that roughly $90 million in pledged donations is now on hold if President Biden remains atop the ticket, according to 2 people who have been briefed on the conversations. So there's quite a bit there. Jordan, let's start with you. First, do you think any of this will actually work to get Biden off of the 2024 ticket? And second, what does this say about money in politics in regards to donors withholding money to Biden?
Thanks for watching. Our audience has helped build TYT into the media giant it is today. Together, we can accomplish anything. Support our work and join us at tyt.com/team.
Yeah, it is a sad state of affairs when we're looking to big donors in the hopes that they could dictate the outcome of the nominee or dictate a better chance of beating Donald Trump. To be clear, there are very real threats that Donald Trump poses, and I think we're all in agreement. Even the people who want to support Biden are in agreement that we need to defeat him soundly. We can't leave anything on the table. So it is a cruel irony that big donors with potentially withholding tens of millions of dollars or more could be one of our only hopes. The stories that we're seeing about Biden and his team right now are disheartening. I just to be completely objective here, when you have a very tight-knit, close circle of advisors taking shots at other White House staff, when you have them throwing the Pod Save America hosts under the bus and accusing them of ghostwriting op-eds for George Clooney, when you have them speaking out in the media, insisting that everything is okay, it is a really sad state of affairs, and it shows they're operating from a place of worry, of concern, and they're totally disoriented. And the argument I think that's the strongest for replacing Biden is that Kamala Harris, who I think the most likely replacement would be, is a much stronger messenger because she does not seem to have the same cognitive impairments. And you have big news that the administration is doing. We're going to get into more of it later today, but a story we're not going to cover is the DOJ is looking at corporate landlord collusion, and who better to make that case than someone like a Kamala Harris. Instead, Biden's on the trail defending himself. Last night at the press conference, all he did was defend himself and insist he should stay in that race where any other candidate wouldn't be plagued by that same bad story.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's always better to be on the offense and not the defense, because at this point he's already in the losing position. He's not on top of the hill, let's say. Mark, what do you have to say?
First, I want to props to you, Jordan, for mentioning the collusive landlord thing, because the trail of breadcrumbs on that extends back to the Supreme Court and Harlan Crow and a bought and paid for Supreme Court in Clarence Thomas and beyond. But again, you're right. The noise that you can make about that is engulfed by the other noise that's being made about the condition of the top of ticket candidate. Look, it's not unusual to have big money exert leverage. You see it at universities now recently, as you're aware, with the Gaza conflicts, et cetera. You also, in American politics, it's one of the saddest things, and it's one of the things that I think makes TYT so special, because they keep beating the drum and trying to make a difference to get money out of politics. We're backsliding the wrong way, but yeah, these donors expect something for their money. You hear Cenk talk about it and Anna talk about it all the time. They want something for the money, and in this case, they want Biden off that ticket. The other thing I would say is that Chuck Todd in a perfect world can say they need to do it this weekend. I think, to Jordan's point, they are cloistered, they are cocooned in that White House. It's Biden, it's his son, it's his wife Jill Biden. It seems as though they're impenetrable right now. And since he didn't, this is my last point, he didn't boot that presser. He didn't have a bad one. I got it. He made some gaffes, but he was pretty impressive in terms of his ability to marshal detailed information. I think this weekend it's going to be pretty hard to press that case. So,
thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.